Whee! Oh, that's a wall. That's a wall. Not a problem for this bike. Ah, hi guys. Do you want a bike of your own? I know you do. Yeah, you do. Okay, let's get out of here. Let's show you how to build a bike. First off, I've got new doors. Now with fancy XOR switches. Many thanks to Aaron for providing a lovely, quick, dirty little tutorial on how to do those. I also made some extra space in the toilet, so there's no longer any clanking while I'm pooping. Oh yeah, pooping in peace, everybody. It's worth it, pooping in peace. If you've ever had your pooping upended, you'd know. The only downside is you have to remember to close your doors. Quick little overview. Got, 3 controllers, sensor down there, 2 bearings. Each button's connected to a controller. Each controller's connected to a rope bearing, and then the last one's connected to the door and the sensor. Everything's set to plus 90, nice and simple. You can tweak that to be a little faster so your doors open instantly, but I'm really lazy. And I've got the same going on for the little house door. But what we're really here for is the Hoverbike, this beast of a machine. So how about I show you how to build one of those, right? I mean, it hovers in place. It's got rotation. It's you can turn its engines on and off, and it goes really, really fast. And it's really stable while doing so. It's almost unflippable. So let's build one. We start by a 4 wide block. It doesn't matter how long. You just need a place to put your seat. Just put it all the way up near the edge of the front. Okay, now just you can delete all the excess and raise it up a little. And then delete everything directly under the seat. Hush, puppy. So yeah, you just grab whatever you need. I like putting a controller right there directly under the seat. And I forgot to put a corner piece in my inventory. Corner piece. And a corner piece on the other side. And the corner pieces help with slitting across the floor. As far as I've been able to tell. I mean, I suppose you could try building it with straight pieces. I wouldn't know. Anyways, bearing for our first suspension glitch. Now this is the one that's going to keep our technically left side up. So you place the bearing on the right side, put a block on it, put a spring on it, put a block on the end of the spring. Simple stuff, really. And you skip one, put a corner block down, put another corner block out. And now you've got a place to hang your bearing from, which is on the opposite end, because now we're trying to lift up the other side. The whole point of this suspension glitch is to balance your vehicle, so you're exerting force on all sides, on each side of your vehicle. And we're only going for lateral stabilization, because the horizontal stabilization will come from the rockets. Okay, and that's our 2 suspension glitches in place. Now for our steering glitch. So place a bearing down. You can use a block here. I used a corner piece. Doesn't matter. Suspension. And now on the end of that, put a sensor. That'll make sense. I'll explain that in a bit. And more corner pieces to build out. Because right now you can't build around this thing at all. I'm going to put a stopper in right there for our steering glitch. It's going to hold our steering in place. There we go. And corner piece. And now you can place another controller there. I like facing the display down. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Okay, and then that's give or take how that should look with one empty space. Which we'll use. Don't worry. Okay, take that corner block off again and build up. Corner pieces everywhere. Okay, now we're going to go back to one of those, I don't know, what should I call that? An L piece? It's a type of I-beam that you put in places to hide stuff with nice, smooth orange blocks. So I put two of those there. Then I grab a bearing, because this is the front engine. Put it there, and two more of these I-beam corner pieces. Grab your curved I-beam. And place them upward. And right on top of those, place some countering I-beams. Facing outward. And make sure you're not in the way of your build. Put a rocket on that. And that's the mechanics of your front done. I like putting the grill on the side rather than on the front and bottom. So yeah, hush puppy. And take off the entire back. Just take off that yellow nonsense. There you go. And put a corner piece down. Another corner piece. And place another controller there. Like so. And replace your whole thing on a lift. Don't worry. We're getting there. Okay, let's start building out the back. Now the back's a little iffier, so let's get going. First off, more corner pieces. Put a bearing on the inside. And some I-beam ends. I like putting them like that so you've got neat surfaces everywhere. Similar principle as to what we did in the front. So first we go up. And then we go back. And that's where our bottom rocket's going to hang. And then we're going to build up our little bits for the sensors. Which I did wrong. Hold on. First a regular piece of I-beam, which I like to position in such a way that the curved piece connects nicely. No, not like... Yeah, like that. And you put another curved piece on top of that. I keep looking over to my bike to make sure that I'm doing it right. Because it's a relatively intricate little build. Yeah, that'll do. And then I put an upward curve there, and I make sure to attach it to those side beams rather than the bottom beam. Because if I connect it to that, it'll work with the bearing we just placed there. I-beam on top of it, and curved piece on top of that, and you've got the hanging mechanism for your other back rocket. Okay, place your rockets, grills on the side. And let's have a look. Am I forgetting things? Well, buttons. I'm forgetting buttons, but I'll get to those. First, bearings. Bearing there, bearing there. Okay, now let's make sure that you place your sensors upwards. It ends up helping tremendously with the auto-balancing and self-resetting system. Okay, and I think that brings us to wiring. First, we're going to place the little horn. That's just what I personally use the little empty space that's left for. That's up to you. You can also put a light there or another block. I don't know. That's up to you. Okay, let's get this thing wired up. I'm going to start with the suspension glitch, the balancing glitch. I like putting closest to closest. So make sure that your blue arrows are aiming into the vehicle. and then let's set these up. Now, I learned from a friend recently that you can pre-tighten these. So that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm giving them a little bit of +2 pre-tightening and in total a +10 balancing act. Because I like giving it +8. As force. And that's hooked up. Okay, let's hook some other things up. First, we're going to drag all of our rotatey bits to our controller there. So that's the rockets and the sensors. They're all on bearings, so they go to the one thing. Steering goes to the seat, and the upper back thruster goes to your seat as well. Well, see, yeah, that looks good. That looks about right. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to hook up these controllers. So what I do is I make a neat little line. You see that one runs directly through to the opposite side because your sensors are controlling the opposite side of the bearing's location. It's a little wonky, but basically if you want it to lift on the left, it's got to rotate on the right. That's just how it works. And we've got one sensor left here, which we're going to hook up to our major other controller. So that's going to control the sensor rotation and the 2 big thrusters rotation downward. Put a button there, because I forgot. Hook that button up to both your forward and backward thruster. I'm probably still missing something. But yeah, let's go set these up. Okay, let's go steal them from our other bike actually for a sec. Because I don't remember. There. Okay, so 45 degrees for that, 30 degrees for that. Okay, yeah. I got this. So, 1 and 2 are our sensors. And we're going to set those at 6 degrees starter and 55 degrees otherwise. Which means that when the whole thing's upside down and that sensor's not going off, these will be aiming outward. This just helps with the self-righting mechanism. Now, the front and back go 30 and 45 degrees respectively. This is due to them not being at the same height, as you can see. Yeah. So 45 degrees for the forward one and 30 degrees for the backward one. Don't mistake that. That gets very messy very fast. So 45 degrees for the forward one, 30 degrees for the backwards one. And then just make sure to set the jets to equal power. No, wait. Do I have this right? 4 should be 45 degrees. Oh, we're forgetting something about our balancing. Something's not working. Oh, it's our controller. It's facing the wrong way. My bad. There we go. That's the self-balancing mechanism in action. Oh, and I used +1 there instead of +9. Also, I think my audio got unsynced in this part. So let's set those back to +1 and +9, respectively. And that should do the trick. Let's start her up. No? Of course not, because I forgot to... Oh, that's too much power. I forgot to hook up the damn key. Okay, yeah, set these to 3 max. 2 works too, but 3's better. That one you can set to whatever. having it up that high, things. Just saying. And it turns out that you need the decorations to balance the whole thing out a little. So, and I think it has more to do with the forward sticks here than anything else. So we're gonna rebuild those. But I'm just gonna show you all the little tricks that I use to design. I make sure that my screws are aimed in the same line of speed as the vehicle. I know that's a weird thing to focus on, but I like it. Move out of the way. I'm trying to work here. Yeah, that's a good spot to park. That'll do. And let's see. We're gonna want to put some embellishments on. Let's start with the front spiky Star Wars inspired things. I'm gonna need some curved pieces, some flat ends, some table legs. Some of that. There and there. And I just realized I moved the table leg out of my hotbar again. So let's put it somewhere I won't need it, like the connection tool, because this thing's connected up. Now I put a tri-bit there, a regular bit there. More table leg. More table leg. Lower down a little. And put a valve on the end. There we go. Let's get some lights up in here. Like so. Actually, I don't like this look much, so let's see if we can do something about that. Let's see if we can change it up a little bit from the other one. It would appear to be in the way. Hold on. I want it sideways, like that. Will it stay? It stayed! Oh, perfect. And then just like that. Oh, that's surprisingly much nicer, even though it doesn't matter much. Okay, let's put the exhaust on, more table leg, and a short pipe piece. Now, I like having the little lines horizontal, because then when they rotate outward into their 115 degree rotation, actually, they look nice and mean. It's a tiny thing. And I realized we forgot something very important. We did not hook up the horn. It's unacceptable. And then we're about done. Just put the little spiky ends on, like so. And so. Remove the lift. That works like a charm. Oh, she looks badass. Okay, let's take her for a drive. Well, let's take the original for a drive. Doesn't matter. They're the same thing. There's literally no difference, except that some screws are different and whatnot. Oh, I flipped. That's not a problem. Whee! God, this thing is good at turning. And it lifts off occasionally. Oh, no, I flipped again. Not a problem. Let me show you this on some terrain. And I flipped again. Not a problem. No, seriously, just get close to something, like with one side, get out, and jump on the bottom sensor. The bike does the rest of the work. Whee! See? There's no problem going upside down. Not one tiny bit. I mean, basically this bike can get out of anything. Genuinely anything. Except trees. And let's try and get up a mountain. Because why not? I mean, it's a hover bike. Should be able to do it. Yep, got a little error there. Yeah, oop. Okay, so it's not the smoothest climber and turner, but it does have this little ability. Oh, hi. Hi, surface. Let me just say screw it. Let me just get to the top of the mountain and ignore your roads entirely. Who needs roads? We're going. We don't need roads. Okay, I feel bad for that one. But yeah, self-righting and perfect. So yeah, that's my hoverbike, you guys. My own original creation. It uses some building techniques pioneered by Otto in his motorcycles. But other than that, it's completely mine, and it's fast, and it's perfect. I really, really hope you enjoyed this one. I wouldn't take this in a loop-de-loop, by the way. It will not survive there. But yeah, it's spinny, it's fast, and it's largely stable, and self-righting. I really hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, by the way. It lets me know whether or not I'm doing any good. These are my two rocket bikes? Hoverbikes. Rocket bikes, hoverbikes. I haven't decided. I'm Logan. Bye-bye.